The Senate will now be in session. All rise for the arrival of the Honorable Senate President and the Senators of the Republic of the Philippines.
The Senate made good its vow to act on priority bills before it goes on a legislative break. Before the adjourned plenary sessions last week, senators passed on third and final reading the proposed New Philippine Passport Act, Internet Transactions Act, Act recognizing the octogenarians, nonagenarians, and centenarians, and the Magna Carta of Filipino seafarers. The Chamber also approved on final reading various local bills upgrading state universities and colleges. The Upper House ratified the Bicameral Conference Committee report on urgent bills, Ease of Paying Taxes Act, and the Public-Private Partnerships Act.
Our output in the last 28 session days, we passed 8 priority measures, several national measures. So I'm very proud of the men and women of the Senate together with the Secretariat. Maraming salamat sa mga staff ng mga senador. Maraming salamat. A job well done to all of us. I'm very, very proud of all of you.
Meanwhile, the proposed Tatak Pinoy or Proudly Filipino Act hurdled the Chamber on second reading. Senators adopted a resolution to congratulate the Jesus is Lord Church worldwide for its 45th founding anniversary. In separate resolutions, the Senate likewise recognized and commended the awardees of the University of the Philippines President Edgardo J. Angara Fellowship and the Metrobank Foundation Outstanding Filipinos of 2023. Senators also rolled up their sleeves to continue their deliberation on the proposed 2024 budgets of government agencies, National Economic and Development Authority and attached agencies, Joint Legislative Executive Councils, Department of Human Settlements and Urban Development, National Commission of Senior Citizens, Cooperative Development Authority, Climate Change Commission, Department of Transportation and attached agencies, Commission on Audit, Office of the Ombudsman, Department of National Defense, Film Development Council of the Philippines, Movie and Television's Review and Classification Board, Department of Health, Department of Budget and Management and attached agencies, allocation to local government units, lump sum funds, budgetary support to government corporation and others, Department of Energy, Energy Regulatory Commission, National Electrification Administration. Senate President Pro Tempore Loren Legarda sponsored the Blue Economy Bill. Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa pushed for the approval of the bill calling for organizational reforms in the Philippine National Police. Senator Jinggoy Estrada called for the passage of the bill revitalizing the Self-Reliant Defense Posture Program and promoting the development of the country's defense industry. Senator Ramon Bong Revilla Jr. sponsored local bills creating district engineering offices across the country. In a privileged speech, Senator Raffy Tulfo paid tribute to Filipino seafarers as the country celebrated the National Maritime Week. Meanwhile, the Commission on Appointments started the committee deliberations on the ad interim appointment of Health Secretary Teodoro Herbosa. Back at the Senate, new witnesses and reports were presented against the former employers of House Helper Elvie Vergara during the resumption of the Committee on Justice and Human Rights inquiry. Senator Raffy Tulfo presided over the public hearing on bills creating health facilities for OFWs. The Committee on Labor, Employment, and Human Resources Development wrapped up its deliberation on the proposed Eddie Garcia Act. Senators looked into the large-scale land reclamation projects in the Philippines, zeroing on their impacts to the environment and communities. The Games and Amusement Subcommittee subpoenaed ranking officials of the Philippine Charity Sweepstakes Office over their repeated absence in the inquiry into the integrity of the country's lotto games. The panel also tackled the prize fund tax remittances by the PCSO and measures relating to small-town lottery, e-sabong, and casino operations. The Special Committee on Philippine Maritime and Admiralty Zones discussed the new bills defining maritime zones in the Philippines. Leaders of civic group Socorro Bayanihan Services Incorporated found themselves in hot water during the Committee on Public Order and Dangerous Drugs probe. Former members and other resource persons bear the group's alleged practices and abuses to control its members.